Here's a scenario where two cars are traveling toward each other when they collide. Then stuck together, they skid down the road. And the big question we're going to answer today is just how far they skid before coming to a stop. Now, in order to solve this problem, there's a few quantities we need to know. We need the mass of both cars as well as how fast they're traveling just before the collision. We also need to know the coefficient of friction between the cars and the road. Now, this problem can be broken up into two phases of motion. The first phase of motion is the collision itself, and the second phase of motion is the cars skidding to a stop. So the first thing we need to do is calculate the velocity of the cars immediately after the collision. That means we need to take a look at the conservation of linear momentum. Now, each of these cars has its own linear momentum. Linear momentum being the mass of an object times its velocity. And the linear momentum of each car is going to change when the two cars collide, because the cars are both going to slow down a bunch. But the idea in a collision between two objects like this is that the total linear momentum of the system does not change. Another way to put that is we could say linear momentum is conserved. So we start our calculations by setting the total momentum of the two cars before the collision equal to the total momentum of the two cars after the collision. You see, the total linear momentum of the two cars, either before or after the collision, is always going to be the sum of those two individual momenta. So before the collision, we have the momentum of one car plus the momentum of the other car. And we can say the same thing for after the collision as well. Now, one key idea in this problem is that the two cars are going to stick together after they collide. What that means for us mathematically is the final velocity of both cars is going to be the same. Now, plugging in the mass of the two cars as well as their initial velocities, we have a 1,500 kilogram car moving at 25 meters per second. And then we have another car which is 1,000 kilograms moving at 10 meters per second. But a key idea in this problem is that the two cars are moving in opposite directions. Now, momentum is a vector, which means direction matters. So when we said the 1,500 kilogram car was moving at 25 meters per second to the right, we ultimately were saying that the right was the positive direction, which means our 1,000 kilogram car moving to the left has a negative velocity. So plugging in negative 10 for the velocity of our 1,000 kilogram car, we have an expression for the total linear momentum of the two cars before the collision. Now on the other side of the equals sign, or after the collision, we've got the combined mass of the two cars, that's 2,500 kilograms, moving along at some final velocity Vf. That's what we're trying to solve for at the moment. Now doing the math, we find the final velocity is 11 meters per second. And that value is positive, meaning after the collision, the two cars are moving to the right. If the value had come out negative, that'd mean the two cars were in fact moving to the left. So now that we know the final velocity of the two cars immediately after the collision, we can approach the second phase of this problem, and that is looking at how far the two cars skid. Now to do that, we're going to turn first to Newton's second law in order to calculate the acceleration of the two skidding cars. So applying Newton's second law, or F equals ma to this situation, the only force that's acting horizontally on these two cars is the friction force. Friction being given by mu, the coefficient of friction, multiplied by Fn, or the normal force between the cars on the road. Now, since the friction force is the only force that's acting horizontally on the cars, we're going to set that friction force equal to ma. Now, even though these cars are accelerating horizontally, they're not accelerating vertically, which means the normal force between the cars on the road is going to be equal to their combined weight, or mg, leaving us with this equation. Now you'll notice at this point we have an m, that is the combined mass of the two cars, on both sides of the equals sign, which means that mass term cancels out, allowing us to solve for a, the acceleration of the two cars. And we get the acceleration is negative 7.35 meters per second squared. And again, going back to the convention for a positive direction, the right is the positive direction, which means these two cars are accelerating to the left, which in this case means they're slowing down. So now that we know the acceleration of the two cars while they skid, we can use the kinematic equations to find their displacement down the road. So using the kinematic equation Vf squared equals Vi squared plus 2AD, we know these two cars are going to come to rest, meaning their final velocity is going to be 0. Where I see people get stuck is in the initial velocity of these two cars as they skid. You see, in the beginning of the problem, we had one car going 25 meters per second and the other car going 10. But the critical thing to recognize here is that in this phase of the problem, the two cars are skidding across the ground. And their initial velocity when they began skidding was 11 meters per second. Not those velocities from the very beginning of the problem that we had. Now, moving on, we know the acceleration of the cars is negative 7.35, and it's that d, or displacement, that we're trying to solve for. So working it out, we find the displacement of the two cars is 8.23 meters. So that's how you combine linear momentum, Newton's laws, and kinematics to solve for the displacement of these two colliding cars down the road. I hope you found this useful, and on that note, that's all for now.